वी आर लाईव्ह आणि माझी ही स्क्रीन आता दिसते.
येतोय येतोय.
नाही येते युट्यूबवर. हा येतो आता, ठीक आहे. नाही येते युट्यूबवर. हो आता येतो.
हॅलो हॅलो हॅलो, इको होतोय का? हॅलो हॅलो. ओके.
आज सेशन आहे का? माझा बॅकग्राऊंडच येतोय का युट्यूबवर? आय गेस मला माझ्या फोनवर आला कारण
नाही तुझा नाहीये, यशचा आवाज आहे गेस.
ओके मग ठीक आहे.
माझा आवाज
नाही यशचा तर माईक बंद आहे रे.
प्रेझेंटेशन
प्रेझेंटेशन
म्हणणं. हा
येतोय का आवाज?
हा येतोय.
थांब. आता येतोय? नाही
नाही.
येते ना? येतोय येतोय. आता माझं हे माईक चालू म्हणून आता थांब मी म्यूट केल्यावर बघ. येतोय येतोय. आता माझं हे माईक चालू थांब मी म्यूट केल्यावर बघ. नाही आला ना आता?
नाही.
क्लिअर आहे.
I guess we should start now. It's 7:10 already. We can start.
Okay, so let's start. Hello everyone. I'm audible, Devin.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Hello everyone. I am Aditya Paithane, Compose Camp facilitator. Uh, I have with me Ayush Deshpande. Ayush.
Hello everyone. I am Ayush Deshpande. I am the GDSC Web Development Co-head.
Okay. So before moving forward, we will recap last sessions. What we saw is installing Android Studio. Then we learn basics of Kotlin from Ayush. Then we check uh, check and explore Android Studio basics, and also build a birthday card application, which was one page application, and in that we actually learn about Jetpack Compose, which is a framework of Kotlin we use to develop Android applications. So today we will learn advanced Kotlin. Okay, and then we will build one another Android application which has logic of Kotlin and other Android concepts. So Ayush will start from here. Ayush.
Yes. So we will be looking at classes first. So to create a class, we just write the class keyword and we write the class name. So I can write class one. This is the very basic and empty class. This so we can add functions to this. We use the curly braces to open the class scope, and then we can write function, a function say in class, and then I will print in the class. And to initialize this class, we'll use the main function and we'll create an object for the class. So I will say class 1 and I will call that, and then I will call the function object dot in class. So when I run this, we'll see the function is called. So this is a basic class, but classes can also have parameters. So I can write parameters for this class, say var I, and I can set it to integer, and then in here I can print I equals the value of I. So I need to also pass the value here. So I will pass the value 3, and then we'll see I is equal to 3 is printed. So this is basic class. So also we can have constructor. So Kotlin provides a basic primary constructor, which is this. Whenever you pass these values are automatically assigned to the variables. But if we want to create our own constructor, we have to use init keyword. So when we write init, we can write our own constructor and uh, do write our own logic in it. So when I run this, we'll see that it will print the I is equal to 300 because I have initialized it here. So we will see a concept of late init. We can create variables inside classes and assign their values later. So to use that, I will write late init keyword and then create val or var num, and I will assign it to a string or say int, and then I can check if the value of num is initialized or not by using this. So this object and then num dot is initialized, and say I will copy this and print it here, paste it here, and I will initialize this now to 5, and then I will print it in here. And when I run this, we will see we have an error here. So let's see. Oh, right. I cannot use this on integers. I have to use a string because basically primitive types are not allowed in JTinit. So I will say hello and then I will run this. And first you can see it printed false, and then we initialized it and then it printed true. So this is the concept of late init. Now we will see inheritance in classes. So inheritance work. So basically, when we create a class, it is by default it is private final class. So if we want to say inherit from the class, we have to declare it as open class, and we have to declare the functions inside as open functions. So I will create an open function and give it a function name, say print well, and in here I will just say print hello, and then I will create another class which will inherit from this class. So I will say class 2. To inherit, we use the colon and then give the class name. And in this class, now I have to inherit. So to inherit the function or override the function, I will say override function and the same name function print var. And then I can write my own logic here. Say if I want to call the function which is from the parent class, so I will say super dot print val. This will call the parent class function, and then to this I can write more. So I will say print. So if I run this, first we will have to initialize. So I will initialize the value with class 2 and then print print val. And also we need to overwrite. I will remove this. Just a second. I have and this small setup. I will just rewrite this. I think this is an error. So first I will write an open class class 2. I will also have an parameter. Then I will write an open function. Say print I, and it will just do. It will print the value I. And then I will create a second class which will inherit, which will also take a variable a as integer, and it will inherit from class 2, and it will pass its own value as into class 1 as parameter, and then we'll write an override function. And again I will print value of, or I will first call the super, and then I can print value of j also here, and I will have to redo this. That's one, and I will also have to pass value, and oh, sorry, I need to call print r. And so you can see it printed first 5 from this, and then it printed hello 5 from j. Now we will see the concept of generic classes. It is generic classes are similar to templates in C++. So I can create a class, say gen class, and then I will give it this generic parameter e, and then I will as a parameter I will give it say var item, and it will have a type which is passed in e. So now inside this I can say a function, say h, or say print item. This function will basically simply print the value of item, and now in the main function, sorry, now in the main function I will create an object for this class, and I will first tell it what kind of parameter it is taking. So I can say string, and then give it a string value, and then here I will call the method. So it printed hello, but I can also give here integer and just change it to int, and it will print that integer. So you can use a single class to which takes multiple different data types as parameter by using generic classes. Now we will see the concept of data classes. Data classes are used a lot, and they are used for specifically storing data. These class automatically provide methods for copying or getting a string representation, and the instances of data classes can be used in collections. You can also override these copying implementations or the string method implementations. So to create a data class, we will say data class and then a class name, and then we'll have give it a parameters. So I can say var a is integer, var b is also an integer, and then uh, we can stop here, and it will this is a data class, and in the main function I can say I can create a an object for this class, and say, and I will pass the values 1 and 2. Now I can print basically print this data class, and it will automatically print a string representation of this class. We can also create a copy of this class. So say val object 1 equals obj dot copy, and then I can also print this copied object, which is same as this created class object. Also, I can also check if these objects are equal to each other. So I can say print obj1 equals obj2 or obj. So, and we say it's true because these values are the same. But if I have to check the references, if they two refer to the same object, I can use three equal sign, and this will tell me that it's false. So this actually creates a second object with a second different reference during copying. This is the basic usage of data classes. We will now see enum classes. Enum classes are similar from other languages. We basically say enum class say time, and then I can say I can give it the values as morning, afternoon, and night. And this is a basic enum class. Then in the main function, I will create a state value, say time dot morning, and then I can use this as with the when clause, say when state with the state is afternoon. Then I can print afternoon. Then if the state is night, also I have to say time dot afternoon and time dot night. It's night. So, and if it's none, then I can say else it's morning. So, oh, sorry, I did not. I think I missed something. And see, it prints its morning time because initially the state is morning, and then after we have checking that if the time is morning, then print it's morning. Now we'll talk about sealed classes. Sealed classes are basically classes that are not available outside the package. So these are similar to other classes. The only difference is you have to create these classes by using the sealed keyword. Sealed class. This is the basic way of creating sealed classes. Now we will be looking at some basics of Compose, Jetpack Compose. So whenever you create your first project in Compose, a new project, you are presented with these things. This is the basic default what a Compose gives. So we can just remove this and also this, and this is the very basic. So first we will see what composable methods are. Basically, composable function is a function that draws the UI elements. So the function is annotated with composable keyword. So whenever you type at the rate and then composable, this is an annotation. You can then write a function, say create text, and this is a basic composable function. Uh, Composable functions are basically what happens is when you give this annotation, the compiler knows that basically whatever this function creates is supposed to be data is supposed to be created into UI. So we'll have basic text here, and then I will say text equals to hello. And now if I run this, you will be able to see in just a minute. And I will also have to call this function here. So when we run this, we'll see that hello will be the hello text will be created in here. So you can see the hello text is created. Now we can also create buttons and all, but first we'll see how to create three different types of containers. So first we'll see box. A box is a basic container in which all items are stacked on one another. So if I put a text in here, I will have to import this box. So I put a text in here and create multiple of these. And if I now run this, you will see that these texts are stacked on one another. Another type, so right, these are different. These are the same text, but these are stacked. So another type is row. Row is basically in row. Row basically aligns the items one after another in a row. So if I run this, we'll see that a row will be created, and we'll see hello, hello, hello in a row. So we can also have a column, and same thing, but in a column, items will be presented in a column. In this now we can also have buttons. So you can see the columns are created. So in Compose we can also have buttons, and or we can create dynamic UI. So I will, in this column, I will create a text, and then first I will create a variable to store a value. So text as string equals nothing first. Then I will pass this here, and then I will create a button. So button has an on-click method. So whenever a button is clicked, this method will be fired. We will see that later. But in that button, we also need a text, and we'll set it to click me. And then now I will just assign this text value to hello, and this is a val, so I will have to change it to var. And now if I run this, we will see a button and a text. Now when I click this button, the text should change, but it doesn't. This is because of the uh, concept of recomposition. So what is recomposition? Recomposition occurs whenever there is a need to change the UI. In Compose, whenever you call a recomposition calls the composable function again with new data. When we do so, functions are the widgets in these functions are redrawn. So doing that also reassigns the value of these variables that we create. So how and these variables do not retain their states. So how do we create dynamic UI in Compose? Basically use remember functions and state. To use that, we'll create a val, again text equals. Now we will use the remember function. Remember, I'll have to import this. And in this, we'll say mutable state of, and in that to that I will pass a empty value. So now, what is a mutable state? It is basically an object in which we can change the value of the we can change the values. So it gives us a state which is retained on recomposition. Now and then I will say here text dot value and same text dot value. So now if I run this, when we click the button, the text should appear. So now I will click the button and you can see that the text has appeared. So this is the basic compose. Now we will be looking at a tip calculator app. So it will be shown by Aditya.
Okay, thank you, Ayush. So we will start with Android. So in this session, we will be building a tip calculator application. As I was just told you about the concept, so the same concepts we will be using here. Before that, I'll again go through the basics of Android Studio. Just last time I explained. So when we start our project, any project like basic or compose app, we get this manifest file. Okay, so in manifest file, it is uh, main page of your Android device. To go through this, Android knows what are the activities, what is the architecture you used in your project. For example, MVC, MVVM. So all the things are placed in those architecture. We reference everything in this. Also, we talked about the permissions last time. So we actually write uses permission here. Okay, and it's like uh, just okay. Uh, uh, I did. Just check. Uh, these things happen actually. So schema is same. It is throwing this error. Okay, that was just a second. Mm, this error is coming because I edited it. Editing means what happened when I am writing when I was changing these things. Uh, this error occurred. Shit. Hmm, it just needs to write again. Not a big deal. Okay, so this is the Android manifest file. When we okay, so whenever we enter in any Android project, we first see Android manifest file. Okay, uh, then second is Java folder. So in Java folder, there is in Jetpack Compose, you see UI package differently, but uh, you see, I'll just show you this code. So before coming to Jetpack Compose, we were developing projects like this. So there was Java code. We had to return Java code differently, and in resources folder, we had to write layouts. So it is XML file, but now in Jetpack Compose, what we actually do is we actually reduced all the XML part from our code, and now we only write the code uh, in Compose. Like if you know Flutter, Flutter do the same things like it actually creates UI with a tree-like structure. Okay, scaffold. Then inside scaffold, we actually customize every uh, scaffolds. We actually write rows, then columns, then we customize it, decorate it. Like that, it is same here. In Android, before this, we were using these structures. Okay, like relative layouts, coordinate layouts. So we had to write everything like from scratch, all the code we had to write. But now Jetpack Compose actually enhances all the UI. So we will just go into it. So in tip calculator app, uh, today what we are doing, what we will be doing is, uh, I'll just show you. So this is my physical emulator. Okay, so this app we will be building. Okay, the code of this app is written here. Okay, so some of you guys were saying that I am just reading code here, but it is not like that. What happens actually when we write all the code, we had to compile it, and it really takes a lot of time. You just saw in Ayush's studio that he was just writing simple things like smaller type of codes, keywords, and it took time to build. So to save time, actually I took time here. No worries. Uh, okay. What is written here is this is calculate tip. It is a text. Okay. In previous Kotlin code and in XML, we had to write text box. Okay. So it is equivalent. We are using text. Then second is text, edit text, input edit text. So this is uh, edit number field, like edit fields, input edit fields. And this is also a text. This is a switch. Okay. And another text. So we will go through each line. When we start our main activity, okay, this is on create function. In on create, we set content. What is set content? Before that, uh, I'll just show you all the comparison. Okay, so before this, we were using this set content view. What set content view was doing? It is its function was to set content like the XML files to integrate XML files with Kotlin files and show UI on your devices. So this is what set content is doing, but set content is returned in component activity built by Compose. So in that, what this what is its task is to directly like get all the composable annotation functions into it, and it shows the UI. So okay, first I have written here tip time theme. theme. Okay, inside, what is it? Like in set content, we have written a theme. Okay, in theme, this is surface. What is surface? You can think it of think this like a card. Okay, so this is a card like structure. Okay, theme is what? Like contrast theme, dark theme, whatever your theme is defining here. In UI, we define themes. Okay, so do not confuse. Okay, in UI.themes, we actually write color, shape, theme, type for this code. Okay, whatever we are writing for compose, and in here we actually like for it is an XML file. So to reduce our task, we in layouts we were using this, but now it is used for big projects. So this is different thing in values. I explained it in last time also, that to reduce the like write the code in single file and you can access it everywhere. So that's the thing. Uh, so next next is what? In inside surface we use modifier. Okay, modifier is why we use modifier? To customize your whatever surface we are using. Okay, for that we are using modifier fill max size. Okay, then inside it we have written tip time screen. So inside this composable function we have written this whole screen. So I'll go through this. So where well, just Ayush explained you. Remember, we are saving in mutable state. Okay. Uh, so what variables we have defined here is amount type, amount input. Okay, this. Then tip input. Then round up here. Then amount. Okay. Then tip percent. This. Then tip. So what this app basically does is like for in hotels or anywhere you go, if we have to give a tip, so this app calculates this tip in percent. Okay, and this which is for rounding off. Uh, it happens like in real life when we are giving money, so we don't actually check for like points and like paisa. Like we give a whole digit number, so that's its purpose. We are rounding it off. I will also explain you this function. Okay, so focus manager, for it is for keyboard. Then we have written column. Okay, what we have to do here is we are writing this text and this input below this. So we are using here column. Inside it used modifier. I just said we use this for decoration. Okay, then vertical arrangement. Then inside this column, this text is here calculative. Okay, and this is soft coded, and you can check here that from where it is coming, this string file. Here we actually define this. So then font size, modifier. Okay, then this, then label, then keyboard options. In why we are using keyboard actions? Keyboard options. You see here keyboard type, and this is IM action. IM action next. When you start a keyboard, this should pop your keyboard, and for that we use this. Okay, keyboard type number. So this you can actually these fields you can check on material website. Okay, material design website. I'll show you guys after this. So value, we have defined this variable to take this input. Okay, for whatever user is writing, how would we know that? So for that we define this variable. Then on value change, you will see it is really cool. Like when we will enter the value, it will change here. So for that we are uh, like defining this on value change variable. Okay, like this is cool, really cool thing about Jetpack Compose. It actually provides live changes, like in simple words, but it actually saves the state and it uses whenever you are changing with your keyboard. Okay, second is this edit number field. So this uh, input edit text, then round here also there are same things used. Okay, we labeled it, then after that keyboard type. Okay, if you like confused like what is what this field or what this attribute means, you can simply hover on it and you will see this, or you can also like google it. Okay, so keyboard actions same. What we are doing here in keyboard actions is when uh, we have used this focus manager. Okay, when we stop hovering, it should remove it focus. Okay, because what happens, if the keyboard is on, then it is actually UI related thing that it won't look really good or it should disappear. So that's the thing. Round the tip. So this function is defined here. You see here composable. Okay. Then in this function, what we have written is round the tip. This is another row. Okay. So as Ayush explained you about the row, so that's the thing we are doing here. We have to like put our uh, like this text and switch in a row. Okay, like in horizontal manner. So for this, we are using row, and we are actually writing this outside this, like, to make it clear and visible. So in this, we have actually written this boolean. Okay, inside this on roundup change. So why we are writing this is when we are actually, I'll just show you so you will understand it. So water percentage, take 4%. You see here the value is changing. So for that we have taken a boolean to check how it is changing, and see, and it is 2.7. So I'll explain this function. Okay, so in this row we actually place this text. Okay, roundup tip, and after that this is a switch. So in this switch there is, we have used modifier like fill max width, wrap content width, then this is boolean. Why this boolean? Because that to check whether it is on or off. Okay, because what is happening here is whenever we are clicking a switch, then according to this boolean we used, the value of this is changing. You see here, and that's why we need this boolean. So after that, on check change, this is it, colors. So here in the tip screen, I was here. I explained you both this. Okay. After that, we actually place this. Then this roundup tip text and switch. Then there is a spacer. Spacer is the gap between these two, like this row and this text. So this text is simple, like we have just written this text, then modify this, and here what we are doing is, yeah. So in this text itself, we are passing this tip. Okay. So and this tip function is here, and uh, we return this function here, like calculate tip. We are passing amount, tip percent, then roundup. Roundup is boolean. You see, we are for using this roundup boolean for the switch. Okay, because how it will know that the thing is rounding off, or here we are changing it. So for that we are using boolean. So where, as you know, where is for changing, like if the variable is changing or we will be modifying it, we use where. So this is the simple formula. Okay, tip, how we are calculating tip is tip percent divided by 100 into amount. So and rounding off. So how we are rounding it off? We are just using ceiling function from Kotlin's math library, and we are returning this number format dot get current instance dot format. So easy. So that's the function we are writing, and yeah, this is the whole code. I'll just check it. So that's the simple application, and yeah, that's the code. So this is how we build this tip calculator application. So that's it, I guess. If you want to know more about this, you can ask doubt. Anyone has any doubt? Devin on YouTube. Hello. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, you are. Just a sec.
Okay. Can you please check on YouTube? If you have any doubts, like want to learn one to one, you can always text me, or I am in your WhatsApp group of facilitators, Compose Camp group, I guess. You can text me anytime.
So guys, if you have any doubts, please get it clear right now. So live session चा बेनिफिटच हा आहे की तुम्ही तुमचे डाउट्स लगेच क्लिअर करून घेऊ शकता.
Hmm. Okay. So guys, जी सेल्फ पेस लॅब आहे. So code labsच्या Android, okay, I will just show you. So या ज्या लॅब आहेत त्या सेल्फ बेस आहेत. प्लीज डू विथ युअर ओन, अँड जर कोणता पण डाऊट वगैरे असेल प्लीज आस्क. Actually, it is not possible to cover everything in like 2-3 sessions, because Jetpack Compose itself is advanced topic on Android development. So it actually you actually have to do it by yourself. It will really help you guys for your future resume and whatever placements are there.
Yes, exactly. Events are designed in such a way that we need to have a very good amount of input from you, because if you don't do it yourself,
Yes,
facilitator will teach any amount. जर तुम्ही स्वतः काही केलं नाही याच्यात तर तुम्हाला बेनिफिट नाही येणार. अँड इफ यू डू दोज कोड लॅब्स, तुमच्याकडे त्याचं डॉक्युमेंटेशन राहील, तुमच्याकडे ते नेहमी ॲक्सेस राहील. Please try it on your own. We ourselves, like I if you think I'm a lead, but I am still doing it on my own when Aditya says. So try it, perform it. If you have any doubt, the Compose Camp group will be there. You can ask even after the event ends and you do any projects. Then also you can approach us. GDSC MMCOE and Aditya is always there to help you.
sure. Okay.
There are no doubts on YouTube as well.
Okay. If you have any doubts, you can contact me as well.
Yes.
So I think we should conclude.
Yeah. So guys, happy Android development journey henceforth. We are very near to the end of our Compose Camp session. Hope you all had a great event. Hope you all gained a lot of knowledge. For all the junior, second year students, first year students out here, I would urge you to build your PBL projects in Android. वेबमध्ये खूप लोक करतात, थोडं हटके करून काहीतरी वेब अँड्रॉइडमध्ये करा. पब्लिश युअर ॲप्स ऑन प्ले स्टोअर. You can
Yes.
earn from it. This is actually a very good motivation. So please do something out of this. आणि लाईक फक्त सर्टिफिकेटसाठी या फक्त अटेंड करण्यासाठी करू नका. खूप चांगल्या ऑपॉर्च्युनिटीज अनलॉक होतात त्याच्यातून. आणि यू कॅन अप्लाय फॉर अँड्रॉइड डेव्ह इंटर्नशिप्स ॲज वेल. So now we are nearing to the end of our session. If you have anything, please post it, or then WhatsApp group is always there to address.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I guess we can end this session.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Aditya. Thank you, Ayush. You were like really great today. Thank
Okay.
you, Yash,
Thank you, David.
and thank you, GDSC team.